My plan was to sleep through all of Christmas. Why? Because I feel like it. I haven't slept in like maybe, I don't know, 3 days because you know the usual. When you're trying to sleep at night, you have to get up and piss every 2 hours, which is common, but it's healthy to stay hydrated and release all the chemicals in your system, ladies and gentlemen. It's healthy to do that. And plus, it's healthy to drink a bottle of water before bed. Why? So you can stay hydrated and not get thirsty in the middle of the night. At least a whole bottle. But I'm going to digress right here. As for Christmas time, it's usually the same old every year. But it's a holiday where we all get together, show thankful and grace to all our friends and family, buy them presents, and showcase that we love them and all that other hullabaloo. And from there, we give our friends and family, practical stuff, clothes, socks, cologne, toothbrush, little things like that. But if you've been well behaved, Santa Claus brings you the real shit. He comes down the chimney, he toodles along with his big bag, leaves you all the good presents neatly wrapped up for your convenience with a nice little ribbon on top that says, "To whomever from Santa Claus." And in those packages, he brings you folks stuff that you desire that's on your list for being good. Video games, DVDs, VHSs, records, action figures, comic books, Playboys, hentais, you name it. And you've been well behaved, Santa's brought it for you. He brings you all the good stuff that your pea-picking heart has desired for Christmas. Well, ladies and gentlemen, for everybody watching, it's now time for the 3-part annual special. I wish you all a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, a Happy Winter Solstice for you all. Please stay warm. Grab yourself a blanket, grab your pillow, grab your hot chocolate, grab your cookies, grab your candy canes, grab your peppermint bark, grab your teddy bears, grab your stuffed penguins, grab whatever it is that you can bring to your bed, and just watch these little reviews that I'm going to bring. And hopefully that these reviews that I'm giving you all for this little Christmas holiday, I hope they all inspire you to watch these movies if you have never seen them. But if you have seen them, it's always graceful to know your thoughts down below exactly about the movie, and hopefully that'll bring you inspiration to rewatch these movies for your own entertainment and enjoyment pleasures for you all equally and fairly. So, God bless to everybody from whomever and whatever. Merry Christmas to you all. It's that time where it just gets extremely cold outside, ladies and gentlemen. It's freezing. Temperatures have dropped down a lot. There's icicles hanging on the roof. There's snow all over the ground. The pavement is slippery. You gotta spread salt all over your fucking porch or driveway just so you can try and walk properly and not slip and fall on your ass. It's freezing outside, and I admit I'm someone who absolutely hates winter. But, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to warm up. Talk about 3 movies for the annual Christmas special for you all. 2 Christmas films and 1 not Christmas related. We're going to be starting off with a film where you get 2 sisters. One's happy-go-lucky, and the other one as well, she's sad and depressed, but here's the thing. They both have to get together and save their home. Also, you got yourself a warm snowman who loves hugs, and you got a moose reindeer, or whatever you want to call it, a moose reindeer hybrid, Rudolph, who doesn't have a red nose at all. Then you got yourself 2 princes. One is the baby face, and the other one is a heel who will meet in the steel cage to fight over the true love of said princess or queen. But I can sit here, beat around the bush for God knows how many hours, just talking about how great this movie is in just very little detail. But no more lollygagging, no more beating around the bush, no more going baba, no more going bananas, no more babbling, no more none of that. I'm going to go over my notes. I wrote down a lot of different things.
We're going to work our way from the smallest detail and work our way into the main attraction, why this movie was so amazing, and why I consider it to be one of the best animated pictures in the modern era of cinema in the world of animation. The plot goes Queen Elsa has magical powers to create ice, snow, freezing rain, freeze things in general. Anything that involves winter, she can do it with the touch of her little finger. Now, after going out to play with her little sister Anna, an accident happened to where poor little Anna gets hit in the head with some ice, to where her parents have to take her into the magical forest, to where she gets healed, but she never has to know the true secret of her sister's powers at all. So throughout the time when she was little, recovering from her injuries and growing up, Elsa has to remain in quarantine, away from her sister, away from her family, away from everybody. And Anna wanted to play for so long. How sad. But in this instinct, as the girls got over their kingdom, Arendelle, which sounds like a city that was never featured in the Lord of the Rings catalog, but the idea was taken into place and thrown into this movie. How convenient. The city gets thrown into a winter spell. Anna's on a journey along the way with some friends. She meets a prince, a moose, snowman, whomever. Hey Diddle Diddle and the cat and the fiddle. She met some quite a good people that helped her. But she has to convince her sister, who has gone away from the city, and undo the spell. Also, Elsa has to learn how to control her powers properly, or else it'll be for the worst. Not just for her, but for the remaining civilians in the city, but for her sister and for those friends that she ends up meeting along the way. But, folks, let's start off with the animation. It's cute, it's fascinating, it's adorable, it's absolutely colorful, very well detailed, using the northern lights in the beginning element of the scene, reflecting it over the city alone. It's a very huge, major atmospheric attraction. The nature, castle, city, the frozen lake, the castle that Elsa was able to build with her own two little fingers, the mountain ranges, whatever the case may be, the whole in-depth detail of the snow going around in such a unique way, ice glistening off, little crystals just floating upon the lakes. Just the snow, blobs of snow on whatever parts of the city that's on. Just the crystals coming off that. Little things like that brought such a realistic realm into just visually looking at it was just beautiful. Whether if it was something light, dark, or magical, or something colorful, whatever the case may be, it was able to fit the mood of what was going on. Speaking of mood, the songs, they are original, heartwarming, they're cute, they're nice charms, and leave a strong impact with its harmony, the vocal range, the pitch. Lyrically, all the songs are brilliant. Each one fits the mood that's setting up to the next scene. Even when the emotional convolutions of what one of the girls are feeling right now, whether they're feeling happy or sad or lonely or don't have the confidence with themselves. They were able to take those songs and turn it into a conflict. Just the whole entire mood, just the whole entire singing arrangement. You can hear the aggression, you can hear the sorrow, you can hear all the emotion, all the work and effort put into the songs that was able to fit what is happening. You haven't even gotten original Disney songs like that in so long. This film was able to give you songs that became masterful and loved by a lot of folks. They truly hit and stuck with you. It's like I mentioned something like this before. I'm going to mention it here. Classics become classics when they are appreciated time after time again. Thus results to them being, well, classics. And those songs that were given became a modern classic within an instant. Sure, it may have gotten all popular in fucking Academy Awards, whatever, but I personally don't care about that. The songs are a fucking work of art. Absolute work of art. This is not your typical princess film at all. See, the thing is that when it comes to the typical princess prince type of thing, love, true love, or putting on the glass slipper or whatever the case may be, kiss at midnight and all that other lollygagging shit, this breaks away from the stereotypes because this is something original. This is something that is fresh. This is something that relates to a real situation that could happen to anybody. This story tells a connection between two sisters that need each other to undo the damage that was done and understand within yourself and the others trying to help you on how you can fix it, how you can break away from your mistakes and turn it into something better. Just like the Beatles would say, it's getting better all the time. Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, 1967, great album. I digress right there. But goddamn, it really sums up exactly of what the story is. These two sisters, you got two personalities. You have Princess Anna, who's bubbly, fun, full of spirit, and has a sense of humor that's joyful and makes you smile. You have Queen Elsa, who's powerful, gorgeous, sad, and alone. She finds her purpose in life and why her powers work as the movie developed. She truly realizes later on what the specialty of what her powers are. She didn't understand it at first, but with the help of Kristoff, Olaf, uh, Beef Stroganoff, Princess Anna, they really came on their own and helped out a lot with Queen Elsa to understand exactly what her gift was and what the power of love can truly signify of why why her powers are absolutely special. But goddamn, the thing is that between the sisters, if there's like a confrontation, if there's a argument that's happening, you can work out the differences together in order to not make the same mistake twice. Everything makes sense. You can relate. You can understand the emotions between both sides with the sisters. You can understand why Elsa is in quarantine away from everybody because she don't want to hurt her sister. You can understand from Anna's side why her sister is being locked away because she don't want to hurt her. There's both sides to the story that you can understand. Thus results to where you can have a supporting character be as important as the main character as well. That development right there. Uh, the whole entire meaning of why a little figure like Olaf, who likes warm hugs, he's a cuddly snowman, and honestly, the comedic factor who really helped out a lot within the mood. Even if there's some sort of sadness or some sort of melancholy, dramatic thing going on, he was the levity that was able to bring some sort of life and bring a smile and laughter to you while the whole entire situation was going on. Olaf was a huge significant factor and really played a big role for the girls because he was the main character for them both, not only as kids but as adults, because they built him together. But Kristoff, you may think, oh, someone like that is a typical prince. No, he's just like Anna. He's got a sense of humor, full of high hopes, brings joy. Plus, he's the hero in the film that truly helps out the sisters work things out. Plus, he was the guy who helped fight off against Hans, who is the ultimate heel in this film. Sure, he plays off the typical prince who goes by tradition to marry the princess. However, he's the bully that does anything to prevent Elsa's abilities. He's criticizing her, he's putting her down. But then again, she has to prove him wrong exactly that, you know what? I can put my powers to good use and help change it for everybody who look down upon me and make them think different about me. Judging a book by its cover. That's what the whole situation is. Hans is one of those characters where he is basically judging a book by its cover without opening it up and reading from the first page to truly understand exactly of what a person brings within their personality and their abilities that they can bring. Hans is that type of person, but he was able to be worked into it perfectly as the ultimate heel in the film. But ladies and gentlemen, the story alone, it's like I said, it's not your typical Princess Edel. This is about a real life situation that you can say is believable, relatable, understandable, but in a way, things are put into place and it all comes together and what makes this film absolutely magnificent. Disney was able to give us a fucking work of art. They were able to give us a treat. They were able to give us an animated film that helped revolutionize, or at least become one of the films to help revolutionize the way we look at animation in this modern era. This film, honestly, in my perspective, is extremely important because it was able to take everything from what Disney gave us from all those years ago and from the 30s to the 50s and come all the way into a modern era and give us all a reminder of what original storytelling is about. Taking the cliches and turning into something original, separating themselves from that and becoming something fresh, something that became fantastic in its own. Frozen was literally a breath of fresh air, and I put that pun into literal tact. Like I said, not your typical cliche princess movie. This has real life relatable story, characters that you can connect to, find humor, joy, sadness, suspense, and happiness. It's absolutely brilliant to no end. A work of art, fucking genius, and it's a real treat that we were given in within the animated world. It's an absolute modern day treasure. Frozen's a movie I gave a 5 out of 5 to. No doubt about it. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to have to do it with my little thoughts about Frozen. And after this review, the next one coming up for this little 3-part Christmas special, we're going to be going into the Christmas mood. And for the next one we're going to be talking about, let's just say it is a sequel to a beloved classic. Stay tuned.